Hi, and welcome back to Sarah's Yum Yums. Today I'm doing mushroom stroganoff. Okay, a lovely, delicious, comforting food. What I've done is I've finely chopped an onion, okay, and put it in the pan and just let it heat. First of all, I put in a good teaspoon, a heaped teaspoon of coconut oil, right? I put that in, melted it down. And the coconut oil is the best one to cook with because it has the least amount, it's the purest oil, right? Least amount of toxins in it. A lot of them can be, like if you're going to use olive oil, just use a very light olive oil, make sure it's very light in colour. The coconut oil will put up with the heat that it's not as sensitive to heat as other oils, so it's the best one to use basically, right? Into that now, after you've fried up your onions for at least 4 or 5 minutes till they're nice and soft, put in 3 cloves of garlic that is finely chopped. Okay, so 3 of those go in there. Lovely. Okay, that's that in there. Okay. As long as you're stirring it vigorously, you can actually keep it on the high heat for a while, just the first while, okay, for the first few minutes. And then what you do is you shift over to a lower heat, turn that off, shift over. Now, you get a clearer view there. Okay, so basically you have all your onions, you see all your onions and your garlic nice and finely chopped and nicely browned. Okay, into that then you would put 400 grams of chopped mushrooms. Okay, now you can use one type of mushroom or you can use 3 or 4 types of mushrooms, it's up to yourself. What I've used today is just an ordinary bell mushroom, and underneath then I have a few of the big mushrooms, you know. But you can, you know, if you like 3 different types of mushrooms, there's loads of types. Shiitake mushroom is a lovely one, lovely chewy one, and you can put that in as well if you want. It's up to yourself. Or just use all of the one type of mushroom. Completely up to yourself. So that goes in there with the onions and the garlic. Okay. Right, and on top of that then you're gonna put in a bit of salt, right? The salt will help the juices to come out of the mushrooms. So put in a nice bit of salt there. Okay. Let's see how you're going now. I always have a bit of juice around, either in a mug, a bit of water or stock. So I'll use up the stock first because it's good, and a tablespoon, right? And basically, as you notice, it's starting to stick to the bottom, which is okay. That's all nice, all flavors. So when you notice it stick to the bottom, right, you can actually start to add in a tablespoon at a time into it, right? So that all the lovely juices get all those sorted out and mixing them with the dish. Okay. That's lovely now. Okay, so while they're doing that, right? Okay, so I have paprika here, right? Paprika, I'm putting in a teaspoon of paprika, right? And again, don't worry if a little gets in around the sides because paprika is great. It is delicious and it's not hot and spicy, right? I'm going to put in a little bit of cumin, a teaspoonful again, right? Put that in there. Okay, lovely. Okay, now a little bit of tamari, right? It is always nice, right? So I'm going to take the tablespoon. I'm going to put a tablespoon of tamari, right? I'll even put in 2 actually because it's lovely. Do 2. Make sure we make it 3 tablespoons because that stuff is delicious. 3 tablespoons of tamari, right? Mix that around. Now you will notice the sizzle at the bottom and the smell is just divine, right? And that'll coat all the mushrooms, which is, oh, fabulous. And all the onions and coat, and you'll notice the bottom of the pan now getting a little bit brown, right? It's not burning, it's just getting brown, right? And that's good because that's all the flavour, right? So into that then, let that cook away there for a minute or two, right? And let it go brown. It's not burning, it's not black, it's just a nice light brown, right? It's okay, all right? So keep an eye on it, you're not going anywhere, right? And after a minute or two, you put in another tablespoon of the stock, right? And sizzle, so put in another one. Okay, move that around. Okay. And that will do the business now. Okay, so leave that in there now for now, that's fine. Okay, so, okay, into this now, right? You are going to put some thyme, right? Now I have fresh thyme, okay? I'm going to put the fresh thyme in there. You cut up a nice bit of fresh thyme, the smell of it. And that's really good. That's a very, very powerful anti-inflammatory, which is very important for your insides, right? We all have too much inflammation in our bodies. All right, so you mix that in there, and it can mix in, and it gets mixed in with the mushrooms. All very good. Okay. Right. Now, mushrooms are looking good. Leave them in there for another minute or two. Just about, in all, it's about 5 minutes till you get them down to a nice kind of a soft texture, right? So you know yourself now when you look at, they're all mixing there and nothing is sticking to the bottom. It's all nice and juicy because there will be natural juices coming out of the mushrooms. Okay, that's all good. Now, right, yeast. Right, this is great stuff. This is great stuff. It's full of vitamin B's. You need your B's. You need your B's, you need your D's, and you need your C's. Right? They all help your immune system very, very well. Right? So what I'm going to do is the nutritional yeast. I'm going to get a tablespoonful, right? And I'm going to put a big heaped one of those in there. Right? Okay, and that'll add a bit of flavour, and it'll also give you a little bit of a cheesy flavour, you know. But it's very important. It'll help to thicken everything as well. Now, I also, right, you can put in corn flour, a little bit, a teaspoon of corn flour with cornstarch. You can put in a teaspoon of cornstarch if you want. I prefer to use chia seeds. Right, so what I do is I put in a teaspoon is enough of chia seeds, right? Put them in there, and they'll also soak up all the juices, right? Nice. All the juices will be soaked up now, and they'll be lovely. And that also adds nourishment. Chia seeds are really, really good for you. They have omega-3s and 6s in there, so they're very, very good for you. Adding those to other dishes like your porridge in the morning, you're getting in vital nourishment that you need for your inflammation, for your joints, all to keep them all loose and keep them moving. Now, full fat coconut oil. Don't worry about it. Coconut oil coconut milk, I should say, is very, very good for your brain, right? Very good for your brain, right? It is vital that you get your good fats in for your brain to keep it from getting, it helps to prevent Alzheimer's, right? It helps to keep you thinking straight and all that kind of stuff, right? Okay, so coconut milk, full fat, don't worry, it's all good fat, so it's not going to be, maybe I'd be more worried about eating processed foods now or takeaways and stuff like McDonald's and battered stuff, right? Okay, this is very good for you. So get that in there, right? Oh, that's going to make it so creamy. That's going to be just, and get your spatula and get every bit of it out, right? All in there, right? all in there. Mix it around. Oh, that's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. This is going to be delicious. You're going to love this. And you can serve it with rice or pasta or whatever you want. A little bit of you can do quinoa. It's whatever you want, you know. But I usually have it with rice. I like it with rice. Basmati rice is lovely, and if you can get whole wheat basmati rice, stay away from the white foods. That's good. More fibre, and we all need more fibre in our diet. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take a little bit of this. I'm going to take a tablespoon of this stock, right? I'm going to put it into the tin, right? I'm going to swirl it around because there's lots of little. You need to get all that creaminess out. Just swirl it around like that and get all the creaminess around. Get it all out there. Yeah. Right, put that in there then. Perfect. Goes into the sink. Right. So that's really it. You know, it's as simple as that. Now you do turn it down to a simmer. Okay, we don't want to boil it too much, right? Okay. Now if you don't have fresh thyme, you can use thyme. You can get the quick thyme anytime you want, basically, in the supermarket. You know, that's all good. But that's basically it. So I mean, it's you see now it's really creamy and delicious, right? And then what you can do is, if you want, just get a spoon, just take a little bit, okay, just to get a taste and see if it needs any more spices. That's good. That's good. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay, and that's perfect. Absolutely perfect. You don't need to do anything else with that. That's absolutely perfect. You don't need any more salt because you have stock will give you the salt. Don't worry if you have a little bit of stock left over. You go to the consistency that you want, right? And that's basically everything. I mean, I put in everything there. You have your onions, your garlic, your mushrooms, your little bit of stock. You have your salt and pepper, your tamari, your tin of coconut, and your chia seeds. And then you have your thyme and your cumin, and away you go. All right. So yeah, try that out and see how you get on. And let me know if you have any questions, and I'd be happy to help you. Okay. Thanks for listening. Bye.